were the deciding factors?
Well, focus, discipline, and accuracy. You know, he showed up focused every day on his job. He was disciplined in his fundamentals, his footwork, his reads, his passing fundamentals, and then he was hitting his target, and he did a very good job.
You took your time with this decision. Did he make it easy on you to make, or was the competition level just that high?
Well, he did, because he did stand out above the rest. It wasn't like unbelievable amount, but it was apparent that he was having the best camp. And Evan did extremely well. Evan did it extremely well. So, but I felt like there was a little bit enough of a difference to feel comfortable that Malik's the guy. And then the other, the young guys, they really are still, they got to know what to do and kind of own it for a while before they can really compete at a high level at that position.
How did you share the news with them, Mark?
I grabbed everybody individually. I grabbed Evan and Weldon and Nkosi individually as they were wandering into the office, into the segment meeting room. And then I didn't feel like I had to tell Malik anything prior to, and I was running out of time anyway for the meeting to start, so I actually grabbed Malik. As well. And then had a little talk with him afterwards. But I think everybody, Evan he's a great competitor, and anytime you don't get what you're fighting for, it's tough. But he handled it like a champion. He practiced like a champion. And that's the thing that I tell him, you keep competing, you keep playing. Even last year, trying to decide who number 2 was, that thing changed about 3 times throughout the camp. Throughout the season. Who's number 2? There was time it was Testaverde, there was time it was Evan. It was time, I don't know if it was Jack at any one time or not, but that thing changed a little bit based on what you do on a daily basis. And we watch everything they do, but I love the competition. They all gave their best. They all did it like gentlemen. And but I think they all did. They all showed that they're capable of running this system and being the starting quarterback here.
I know you waited till today, but when did you know?
I don't know. First of all, you got all summer to think about it, and you're like, you run through all these scenarios, and I kept saying to myself, you gotta practice. Let's practice. Let's see. And Evan and Malik, the whole time were just, they know the system. They know our defense. They know how our system reacts to our defense, and certainly that was an advantage. But but you could see the skill set of Nkosi and Weldon. You could see them making plays that you're like, okay, this guy, not only is he smart and all that, but he has the ability to make plays either with his wheels or arm, and when they get it right, it looks really good. But they just on a consistent basis over and over. Even 1 out of 5 plays, you're just not certain. That's way too many, So we'll just, like I told Nkosi, I told Kay, just keep competing every day, because you just never know what can happen.
Mark, are you open to the possibility of playing multiple quarterbacks this season?
I wouldn't, not as a like two series like that. No, I won't do that. Could a guy get in the game, maybe a series in the first half or something like that? I would consider that, because I think guys are capable of that, but I'm not sure yet. I haven't gone that far yet.
How important, Mark, is it for not just to get this decided and over with, but to give the team now a face and a name that they know who they're rallying around?
I think they were fine with just about any name that would have come out of my mouth. I think most of them are just trying to compete themselves and trying to play defense and all that kind of thing. But I don't think anybody could say that was a bad choice, because people saw him perform the way he did every day in practice, scrimmages. He practiced at a high level, and guys that if they were paying attention at all, they could see not only he did a good job, but the rest of them too. But he certainly did a good job and gained the confidence of his teammates.
Mark, where are you on the red shirt decision-making process?
Well, you don't have to make it till you don't have to decide really till game 4 or so. And sometimes you may say, I think I'm going to redshirt a guy, and then two quarterbacks go down, God forbid, and then you're not redshirt anymore. So I'll say this: Weldon, Nkosi, Evan, and Malik, they will always be in the QB room. They'll always be in the game planning room. In other words, when the scout team meets to get the look right, they will not be with the scout team. They may do some scout team work here and there, just jump over there and help them out, but they're going to be in our meetings, so because I want them to continue to grow and progress as a player.
Couple more guys.
You were part of a
I'll go right here.
big competition for quarterback a few years ago.
Yeah, it really wasn't that big of a competition. You know, Jim, I always used to call him Lucky Jim because, I mean, the guy was lucky, okay, but I could probably truthfully say he was better than I was. My mom still will not admit that, but yeah, and it's not easy being number 2. I mean, there was a moment where I'm like, I'm leaving. I mean, I left the team for like a week, and I didn't like how it felt. I felt like a quitter, and I didn't want to be a quitter. And so I groveled and went back to Coach Snellenberger and asked him if I could come back on the team. And he actually, when I said I was leaving, he said, look, it was after spring or something like that, after spring game, and he said, if you change your mind, let me know. He did open the door for me, and within a few days, I was like, this doesn't feel right. I love this place. I love my teammates. I'm not leaving. And, you know, did I play a lot of ball here? No, but you know, I mean, God blessed my decision to stick it out and try to do what was in the best interest of the team.
Do you worry at all? Or?
That was a very
I'll get you.
public competition, sort of, compared to this one, right? I mean,
I don't-
obviously years have changed.
And I don't even remember what was happening
Well, I remember
outside.
Snellenberger always says, I made it very public to put all the pressure on.
Yeah, well, and that's, I'm sure, is part of his method to his madness. And he would be kind enough to say that I'd probably start on, you know, 50% of the other teams in America or something like that. He would make grand statements like that until I threw, you know, a pick 6 here and there. And no, but it was a great experience for me, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
I just want to know if that crosses your mind at all, or you're concerned at all that what happened with you could happen with, let's say, Evan or.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's everybody has to make choices in life, but I'd be shocked if Evan did that, or any of them. I'd be shocked. They all know they're learning. They all know they're growing. They all know they're getting better, and they understand there's competition everywhere you go. I mean, you can go somewhere for greener grass, but guess what? They got a bunch of dudes there too. They know the system. I mean, you're going to be behind the 8 ball if you go somewhere else. So I'd be very surprised.
Thanks, everybody.